Sloop, Zon, Ragiroth, do.
Ragiroth Enterprises.
How's it going, everybody? Rich from Ragiroth Enterprises here with my possibly last, trailer from Gamescom talk. I'm actually here with a couple friends this time, because this is on Fire Emblem Warriors. This is the first video I'm doing covering this game, and I've been wanting to do a video on this game because I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, here are my two friends, Steve and Josh. Say hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, and actually, Josh has been in 2 of my videos. He was the one that directed the short films I've been in. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm. You can find me at my YouTube channel, Skullstar Productions. There's probably a link in the description below or something.
Yeah, I'll put one in there.
All right, cool. Yeah, I make videos and animations and stuff like that, and I am really, really looking forward to Fire Emblem Warriors. In fact, it's the game that sold me on buying a Switch in the first place.
Same here, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Once I get a Switch, I'm definitely buying this game for sure. Probably 3DS at some point soon, but who knows?
So anyway, they basically hinted before this trailer came out that the next characters revealed would be a archer and a rider. It was a little unspecific. It's like, oh, is it someone just on some kind of mount, or is it a wyvern rider? You know, so we all figured, oh, it'll probably be Camilla and Takumi, which we weren't entirely wrong, but they also revealed 2 more characters too. Hinoka and Leo. All of them from Fates. 2 of them are from the Conquest side. 2 of them are from the Birthright side. I love Camilla and Takumi. They're probably 2 of my favorite characters from Fates, so I was, of course, very happy to see them. I was, fine with them being obvious choices. Hinoka and Leo were nice surprises. A lot of us thought that Hinoka wouldn't be in because Cordelia's in, and she's kind of similar to her.
Yeah, it's like she's another Pegasus rider, except instead of short red hair, it's long red hair.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Honestly, literally, all of the people that were announced in this trailer, except for Hinoka, I had completely expected, because there was a figure made of Camilla, and so far, with a certain exception, characters from Awakening and Fates who have had statues made of them have been confirmed for warriors. Like Cordelia had a statue which surprised me because
I know that.
Yeah, like there's a statue of her that was made a few years ago, and then there was a statue made recently of Camilla. So and not only that, but Camilla and Takumi are 2 of the most iconic characters from the game. I expected Leo. I'm not 100% on board with him personally. But that's only because so far I've only played Birthright, so I've only seen him from you're a traitor.
Well, strangely enough, I don't know why, but I didn't think Leo was as obvious, but that was kind of dumb of me because he's
like a direct sibling.
That, and he's like, there hasn't really been a character that fights that's a mounted mage in the game yet.
That's true.
And also, he's actually considered, I think, the most popular male character in the game. So I don't know why I didn't.
Wait, more so than Xander?
I think Xander's like right below him, if I remember correctly. Xander might be one of them.
If we're talking from Nora, anyway, at least.
No, I think overall, him or Xander were at the top from what I've seen. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then I must just, like, he must be, like, super cool in, like, Conquest and Revelations because he just annoyed me.
I mean, he is cool. It does, I think, help if you're playing Conquest, though.
And in the intro on both sides, is kind of known for having his hood inside out as well, so he's kind of a klutz in that sense.
Yeah. So yeah, Hinoka was, I think, probably the biggest surprise, and I think it was so silly to miss what could have easily made her more unique from Cordelia is that Cordelia uses a spear, a weapon more so for piercing that was more so in like European fantasy times, or not fantasy, medieval times. And Hinoka uses a weapon more associated with Eastern times that's more for like slicing.
Yeah, the Naginata.
Yeah, the Naginata. And but I think all 4 of them were good choices. Yeah, like Josh said, they were kind of obvious, which kind of takes away some of the oomph.
But Camilla gives plenty of oomph. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
And
Sorry.
no, it's fine.
It's okay.
I kind of feel like with Warriors games, they usually, unless I'm mistaken, because I haven't actually followed a Warriors game's like characters reveals this closely until this game, but I feel like with a lot of them, like the obvious characters get revealed first.
yeah.
Like how was it for Hyrule Warriors when that was getting done?
I think most of them were obvious. The only character that was kind of a little like, what? When they revealed, like, not super late, was probably Agatha. Though, granted,
yeah.
she was probably the only, like, what the fuck character. At least in the base roster.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
maybe Rudo, too, but that's about it.
And I mean, like, I guess it's a little unfair to compare Hyrule Warriors to Fire Emblem Warriors, just because the roster is so much more expansive for a Fire Emblem game to be pulled from than from a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Like with Zelda, it's like, oh, you have Twilight Princess, you have Skyward Sword, and you have Ocarina of Time. If you didn't put Midna in there and you have Twilight Princess, then what are you doing?
And I think the thing is with Zelda, like, they all basically have the same main character, same main female character, same main villain. So most of the characters that could be pulled from those games aren't the main characters. Fire Emblem doesn't have that luxury in some cases. There's some games that Martha's also the main star in. Ike has 2 games.
Yeah,
blah,
but
blah, blah. You get it.
Marth's got to as well.
But I do feel like if they're following like a pattern or a formula with this, I feel like it's that they're revealing all the immediate party members first. Like with Awakening, it's like, oh, they revealed all the shepherds first.
Yeah.
And with Fates, they revealed all of your family first. Well, you know, depending on which side you are, that family could be in air quotes or may not, or could not be. But so I'm hoping within the coming weeks that we start to get less obvious reveals. Although I am really happy that Hinoka was revealed, because she was one of the first characters that was ever revealed for Fates when it was like still being like when we were just seeing leaks for it, and she's one of the people that got me excited about the game to begin with.
Yeah, I think I can probably speak for both of us that like we probably at least me and Josh at least probably like Hinoka a bit more than Cordelia. Nothing against Cordelia though. So like it was probably more like, you know, oh, damn it when Cordelia got revealed. But it's nice that they're both made it in and are both probably gonna be different.
Yeah, I mean Cordelia's okay. I would have, although if we're gonna get technical, well not technical, if we're gonna get specific, I would have preferred if we're talking, I would have preferred Shersh over Cordelia in terms of like red-haired riders from Awakening.
I feel like if anything, I feel like she probably didn't really affect Shersh's chance as much because they're like, even though they're both mounted knights and both have like reddish hair.
But yeah, they're both like
one
different.
Uses axes and rides dragons. One has spears. And
although I'm pretty sure that with Camilla's inclusion, Shersh is probably
not looking.
deconfirmed.
I think the only probably Wyvern rider that has a shot still is probably Minerva from Shadow Dragon.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, I would say that.
Maybe because she's very iconic. I think.
Yeah, the only other character in the series that's a Wyvern rider that I could see being in the game, but it's probably really unlikely at this point, is Aversa.
Oh, I would love if Aversa got in.
Well,
She might.
awesome.
I would probably say the one thing that might help her chances is that she's a different class. Than, like,
she could be a dark flyer.
She's a different class than Camilla and Minerva, and also she would represent a villain.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that it would be cool for us to get like, since we're getting like heroes trailers for like each things, then maybe after they do a trailer for Shadow Dragon, which you know is coming because like they did one for Awakening and they did one for Fates. Now the only one left to really delve into, at least initially, is Shadow Dragon.
I know a lot of people think that they're not going to have that many characters from Shadow Dragon, which I think it will be less. But I don't think a lot of people think, it'll just be Marth and Tiki.
No,
I don't necessarily. I don't think. That.
I'd say at least.
It's be a little more.
I'd say at least 5.
Yeah, I think at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'd say as far as Shadow Dragon goes, they'd probably put at least Sheeta in there, Mart's fiance, and
and they probably put Harden in there.
that'd be awesome.
I guess it just depends.
Fingers crossed for Camus.
I'd really like for Navarre to get in and be like dual wielding swords. That would make me so happy. But
I'm still holding out hope for Tharja.
Awesome.
That's why I'm saying
Yes.
like maybe they'll do a villains trailer where it'll be like, oh hey, Walhart and Tharja.
And like I've said before,
And,
Tharja
Aversa.
quickly turns to a good guy, but she is a character you had to recruit that was on the enemy side. So they could make an argument for her to be a villain.
Yeah, and that's another thing that they haven't really gone into yet either. Like because I know they're going to incorporate the weapon triangle and kind of the relationship system, but they haven't said if the recruitment ability is going to be in Warriors or not.
It'll probably be more of a, if Tharja's in, it'll probably be more of a thing like, oh, you have to beat her. Then it's like, oh, you know what? I'll join your side.
Or
Get
it's like,
Tharja.
or it's like one of those like conditional things, or it's like beat a certain amount of like the enemy forces to like in Hyrule Warriors Legends there was like the thing with the rogue troops, like if you beat like a certain number of the commanders, then the whole army will turn onto your side.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
But I would say probably I know like we kind of said that it is kind of a shame that all these characters have been very obvious, but as I said in the beginning, I like all 4 of these characters, and I actually think these reveals are a little more exciting in terms of characters I like than what we've been getting since maybe after E3. Because no offense to like Fredra, Lissa, Cordelia, and I guess female Robin, but these characters are just a little more appealing to me personally at least.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the fact that Lissa's going to play differently than she would have. Like,
that is
standardly.
cool.
Yeah, with a big axe instead of a healing stick.
Well, instead of just a healing stick, because she does still heal stuff. But yeah, like Frederick is one of those characters to me who's like, at the start of the game, he's like, "Yeah, you're a really cool guy, Frederick," but then you just see the rest of the roster, and you're like, but all these guys are also really super cool.
I mean, no offense to Frederick, but he wasn't the biggest reveal for me.
Yeah,
but,
I'm also wondering just how many different classes are going to be represented in Warriors, just because so far we've gotten Pegasus Knights, Wyvern Riders, sword users, axe users, and
a couple mages,
and like Cavalier and a couple of mages.
Yeah.
So is that like the extent of the classes we're going to see, or are we going to see like Dread Fighters, maybe Oni Savages, or any sort of advanced class, or any sort of weird classes like the Bride or stuff like that.
Or a witch even. Yeah.
I would like to see a Dread Fighter or a witch. I'd also like to see a Beast, Pliz, Put, and Keaton. And I know Tiki will probably be at least one Manakete.
Does. So there's at the very least that.
Even though unfortunately I think it's going to be Shadow Dragon Tiki when she's a little kid and not Awakening Tiki, but
I still think
whatever.
I still think it would be really cool if the Tiki Amiibo unlocked like an alternate like Fates outfit for her or something. Yes, that would be
awesome. And they kind of did that are doing that with Robin. The only problem there is that they're the same heights, while Kid Tiki and Little Tiki not so much.
Yeah.
But no, I would say the only other 2 disappointments I have with this trailer, aside from obvious reveals, is I kind of wish we got to see them in action more. I kind of don't like when they just do these. Oh, just a cinematic story. I would like to see a little bit of both them fighting and the story.
Exactly. It would help to see a lot more gameplay, so we know we're going to be getting ourselves into. We might get some more speculation on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Leave some more to the imagination,
Like I know that they they have this thing where they'll show the trailers for characters, then they'll show gameplay later. But it's come on, it's like Gamescom is like the European E3. You can't show a little bit more. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Or maybe it's just the gameplay for them is not finished yet. Although that wouldn't make sense considering
that wouldn't be good because it's not that far off. It's
because didn't you say that like the European release date for the game is like October 20th?
Well, yeah, but then Japan is even earlier. They're September 28th.
Yeah,
so like,
so it's obviously that's not the case. It's more that I was disappointed that we didn't get to see gameplay, especially since Hinoka as a character, just based purely on class and appearance, is very similar to Cordelia. So I would have appreciated seeing.
It would have been like
gameplay-wise,
nice to be like, oh, this, you know, aside from what I speculated with Naginata, it would be nice to be like, oh, this is what she clearly does different. But I guess this is a tiny little thing that I'm probably being dramatic and just paranoid about. While I'm happy with Leo, it seems like he focuses more on dark magic. I thought he may be using his unique tome called Brunhilde. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
That's the one, yeah.
So I'm worried. Of course, it just makes me worry about another certain dark mage that we haven't seen yet that I really want. Yeah. That's about it. You know, I do think that this is probably the last of the obvious reveals, aside from maybe Tiki. So I think after this, it's gotta be the people that are a little less obvious.
Yeah, and
even though again I would have thought Tharja was an obvious one, but you know.
And they did say that this is the largest Warriors game, like
a spin-off.
Like a spin-off.
Yeah. So.
And so I'm guessing there will be at least 35 characters in the base roster.
That would be cool. But I think that's about it. Did you guys have anything? Oh, that's right. And as Josh said, there was at least a European release date said, which is like October 20th. I think it'll probably be around that same time for America. But yeah, that's about it. Did you guys have anything else to say?
No, that was pretty much it. You know, I'm just looking forward to seeing gameplay of these guys and more importantly seeing where else the roster will go.
Yeah, definitely.
Here.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to playing with all you guys too, and hopefully it's going to be as good as it says in the trailer.
Yeah, you know, let's hope. I mean, even if the roster is not amazing, it still looks really cool, and it's nice to finally have a Fire Emblem Warriors game. And I personally would like them to add some other games as DLC that aren't represented. Yeah, but we'll see what happens with that.
I know for a fact that that at least one of Ike's games, one of Roy's games, and Echo's have to be represented purely for the fact that they said all Fire Emblem amiibo are going to work with the game, and we haven't seen, and Roy, Ike, and Almond Celica's games are not in the game at the base roster unless they're keeping just like a tight lip on it.
I would really like to just say, I really wish they would just say fuck it and just throw in Ike and Roy in the base roster, so they're out of the way. At least there's some other character, and of course I love them both. So you know, we like Ike. Roy's our boy. But yeah, that's about it. So as always, oh, and don't forget to check out Mark Yoon's channel, Mark Yoon Arts channel in the description below, and Josh's channel, Skullstar Productions. I'll put them both in there. As always, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Catch y'all later.